For those of you that don't already know, 3.5 weeks ago, at approximately 2:30 a.m, my dad passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Don't get hung on petty.
Because it's windy. This is insane, what the heck? The pigeon is dripped out. Yo. Une idea, une genmoji. After arriving in Geneva Airport, everything kinda hit me. We boarded a bus to Chamonix, where we would be hiking and filming content for a week as a pre-season trip to kick off the summer. Having just finished secondary school, this trip meant a lot to me. It would be my first time traveling without having my parents around, and a sort of first step into freedom. And as an optimistic 17-year-old sat on that bus listening to music and watching the buildings fly past, I had never felt more like the world was mine.
I overheard that she was 19. She's got a fake ID and a nose ring. Those kind of girls tend to know things better than I do.
Oh, you can't even see over there now.
And I'm dying to figure out what she's hiding. Just playing it cool, but she's lying better than I do.
This is our hostel situation while we're here in Cham. Views for days. We got all our stuff here. Need to tidy that up. But beds are good. Comfy. Trees acquired. Yo. Okay. So anticlimactic. on. Oh my gosh. These shots better be worth it. Any second now. It's alright. That made me laugh so much.
I'm sorry for the things I said to you last night. I drank a lot,
Yeah.
I thought a lot, and it hurts me too when I think of you. I think of 20 years we spent inside this house without a door. Now we got kids and we got
This again.
cash and we got
Been a while.
homes and we got ash, but we're not home.
Let's go. Damn. Glacier. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. That's pretty cool. You just got white behind it. Yeah, it's just white cloud. Nice, I pulled up my shirt. No, we won't. It's fine. Musketeer. It almost ended, what the heck? Yeah.
Right. Don't show my parents.
I will
Too
not.
many things already. Success.
Do you have them?
Yeah.
There we go, guys. We have the lift pass and the driver's license. Yeah. Flipping out.
I could just like sit here for hours.
I know.
قاتلالي
I guess this is where the story changes. See, something unexpected had happened earlier this year prior to the trip. And truthfully, going into it, I knew it would disrupt it eventually. The date today is the 22nd of May, 2025. Today would have been my dad's 50th birthday.
Trapped in your car. I am all the days that you choose to ignore.
Oh my gosh. For those of you that don't already know, 3.5 weeks ago, at approximately 2:30 a.m, my dad passed away from pancreatic cancer. This was exactly 7 weeks after his diagnosis. Pancreatic cancer is the largest killing common cancer. It kills 1,800 people per month in the UK, primarily because of its really late diagnosis. Every month it affects numerous families, such as my own, and because of this, families all over the world are left with loneliness, grieving for lost loved ones. The date today is the 22nd of May, 2025. Today would have been my dad's 50th birthday. My dad made it clear to me that it's not about fighting fire with fire. It's as if there is no fire. Rather than pondering how to defeat an enemy such as cancer, you have no enemy. There shouldn't even be a possibility of battling the enemy. He had this viewpoint due to his strong faith and walk with Jesus. We shouldn't think of it as an outsider. We shouldn't think of anyone as an outsider. We are the same. It shouldn't be alienating. If we embrace it, then what bad can it really be? Whenever he needed it the most, he used the Bible to describe things which he otherwise couldn't put into words. I think this is something I want to do more of. I want to find things I can relate to in the Bible and wisdom to draw from. This way, and in my opinion, we will truly never be alone, because we have the Lord to comfort us. There's this famous Bible verse that I love. It says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah 41, verse 10. As Christians, we can find solace in knowing that God understands our grief intimately. Jesus himself was described as a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, who not only saves us, emphasizes with our pain on the deepest level. In other words, Jesus is relatable to us. My dad quickly made peace with the idea of death. He told me not long before he passed that he wasn't even scared. He said that being scared would only escalate the situation for everyone, making it worse. He knew he would be in heaven, in eternal peace with his father, who he too lost. This gave him the type of peace which I think is one of the greatest things ever. Not even death could scare him. My dad's peace made the situation better for everyone. And this is one of my biggest inspirations, how to walk in my own life. I want to try and bring peace to the darkest of moments, no matter what sort of mood I may be in, or under any circumstance. I want this to be an opportunity where he helped me realise so much about life, and now I want to do exactly that through my films and my faith. When I was doubtful, he would say, "It's our whole lives which God has given to us. It's up to us to live, to fulfil our destiny, be all that he wants us to be. Just go for it." I've got this quote from Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian, and it says, "At some point, everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south, and you're going to say, 'This is it. This is how I end.' Now you can either accept that, or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math, you solve one problem, and you solve the next one, and then the next. And if you solve enough problems, you get to come home." To be honest, I was hesitating calling this film The New Life. I thought that maybe it wouldn't mean anything and people would find it confusing, but upon thinking of it, I realised it perfectly sums up everything that's going on in my life right now. I've just finished school, meaning a completely new chapter and a beginning, and I have no idea what to expect. I'm literally sitting in Chamonix, speaking about all of this. I don't know what to expect. The other meaning of the title is my dad. I have no clue who I am without my dad. I have never known a life without him. And now, 17 years later, I need to adapt and find out what's next for me. The new life refers to both of us. The truth is, I have no idea how the next chapter of my life will unfold. And so many people watching this are starting a new life too. And it's easy to be uncertain during times like this. But it should be exciting that we are creating our own lives in real time. Who knows what will happen? I just know mine is all going to be in memory of my dad. The truth is that there are people in the hospital right now who are praying for the opportunities that you have. So do it tired, do it scared, do it alone, do it anxious, do it when you don't know how. Because you never know when everything will change and you only have 7 weeks left. Live every day like it's your last. When we get so caught up by everything, we forget that we just need to live our own experiences and appreciate the world for what it truly is. Imagine getting to the end of your life and realizing you regret so much. So book those flights, make those plans, because at the end of the day, and at the end of your life, it's so worth it.
That's pretty sweet. Let me just turn back. Yeah. Nah, can't see a thing, hold on.
This is a tribute written by Sky on behalf of me, her, and Lola. Our dad was life. Dad was the definition of a family man. He absolutely loved being a dad and a husband. Dad loved us fiercely, supported us endlessly, and made sure we always knew how much we mattered to him. Our family was so important to him. Dad was light. He brightened every room he walked into and never failed to make people smile. His joy was contagious. Dad was selfless and kind, one of the kindest people we've ever known. He put everything else down to help someone else. He truly showed us what it means to be a good person. His kindness was inspiring. Dad was adventure, always outdoors, always moving, hiking, biking, swimming, running. He taught us how to love nature and how to feel alive in it. He didn't just appreciate the world around him, he lived in it fully and encouraged us to do the same. Dad was caring. He was always ready to help anyone in need. Whether it was family, friends, or even strangers, he gave his time and heart without any hesitation. Dad was the best dad. He taught us how to ride bikes and how to tie our shoelaces. He was the best role model. He showed us how to love fiercely, forgive quickly, and laugh often. He loved us unconditionally, and we always knew we were his pride and joy. Dad, you will be eternally missed. There will forever be a gaping hole in our hearts and our lives, but you will always be loved and remembered for the rest of our days. Every mountain we hike, every dog walk, every river swim, every dinner time, every moment of laughter, you'll be there. You are one of a kind, Dad, and we are so lucky to have had you. Recently, I stumbled upon this quote from Ethan Hawke. In an interview, he speaks about how people don't really think about art or poetry or creativity as a subject until something in their life happens, like they go to their dad's funeral or they go through a breakup and they lose someone closest to them. And I think that's such a special thing, because just the idea of hitting rock bottom and feeling like there's no hope, and then finding something out of that, a glint of hope that you can just use to make your life amazing, and to take all the dread and all the guilt and all the suffering and all the depression in your life and just work that into something that's special and that's yours and that's personal and that you can create. When life's changing so fast and it's moving so quickly, it feels like the right thing to do is to look back and to look down and to be depressed about everything and to just sit in your house and do nothing. And sometimes that is a constructive thing to do, but when life's moving fast, it feels like it's right to look away, but it's not. You need to look forward and keep moving, and the only way to do that is in memory of in memory of whoever you've lost. And I don't know, I just think that's one of the coolest things about life, about being alive, is taking everything that's ever happened to you, the things that are closest to you in your life, and using that for the future, using that in your own life to make it fresh and to make it amazing and to share experiences and to learn off mistakes and share the position that you've been in, just like I'm doing right now. I think that's one of the coolest parts of being alive, and I think that's the new life. That's the new life. That is the new life. When you hit rock bottom and you're at the worst state, and when you lose everything closest to you, and you think that there's no hope, but then the realization that there is something more. That's the new life. Oh look, there's climbers coming up now. No, it's a big lift.
Are you making a film right now?
Yeah, so I'm making a film of this whole trip, and it's gonna be.
Voilà où j'ai mis la broche à glace, mine de rien, c'est un peu extrême. Là où j'ai mis les frênes.
Going on a run.
Calling for system change to let me feel living in a new age. No. So let's be real. Need a life update, a little love bite. Need some social aid, not an escape hatch, but we're wearing masks, walking down the street, and our enemy, our mortality, calling for system change. We heard it in the alleyway.
In this whole thing, get it on English. Take away. McFlurry secured in the coolest location ever. Do you want to film this?
Okay, McFlurry review.
Let's get a good scoop. That's really good. That's really good.
Bruh, focus.
Mental.
Right, let's hear your rating. How would you rate it? Scale of 1 to 10, you know, tell us about the flavours, about the texture.
1 to 10, it'd be, as a normal McDonald's, it's like 8 out of 10. Texture's beautiful. They've crumbled up all the M&Ms.
Oh.
Don't know if the autofocus is gonna like that. So, 10 out of 10 would recommend. McDonald's Chamonix. See my story I got this morning. I said like We're waiting for the bus and we're headed up to Lac Blanc. And it's like the sickest spot in Chamonix. But yeah, we just watched people set up for the Mont Blanc speed record, which was phenomenal. They sprint, so they start at the church and they sprint all the way there. So sick. But I don't want to miss the bus, so I'll see you guys in a bit. This is it, man. Yeah, you should come down.
I'm too small for this world, I can feel it. I'm too big for my head, tend to get lost inside, into the bottom of sense. Dreaming of everything, into the bottom of sense. You can deceive me, but why? Try so hard to run away, to run away.
This is the new life. Making those experiences is the new life. Meeting those people is the new life. Engaging in interesting conversations, making cool videos, making art, trying new sports, trying new food. This is the new life. That's the new life. The new life is the life that we need to live.
I'm too small for this world, I believe it. I'm too small for this world, I can see it clear. Tracing lines in the sand like an insect. Reach with trembling hands, need some energy, just enough to observe from a distance. I'll be watching from far, from far, from far away. But in this heart of mine, a small divine tries to give me signs, but I can't figure it out. No. No, 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 no. I'm too small for this world. I'm too small for this world. I'm too small for this world. I'm too small for this world.
Bro's winning!
So I'm still trying to. I thought 2 hours ago and getting some more donations from the bank group.
Because all I can think about is him. How does anyone ever come to terms with their father dying at 17 years old? They don't. Months of trying to slow down and live normally made me realize that the world will never truly stop spinning. I felt like my head was in the clouds, and that every situation I found myself in was never me. My last 100 conversations with people all ended with me saying how at some point I think I'll be at peace with what happened. I felt that after X amount of time, I'd be able to share a miraculous tale of acceptance that happened overnight. But how was I able to be that optimistic? How did I lie to so many people in hope of finding something, only to feel worse the next day? Because I was right. Not because I woke up with an answer, but because through the relentless optimism I found an entirely new way of defining my grief. Biblical hope. See, biblical hope is more. It's more than blind optimism. It's built on something. On God's promises. It's confident expectation even when life says otherwise. Belief in dawn when all you see is night. In the Bible, Daniel has a dream that everything will be different, even when his city is being oppressed. This is because in troubling times of our life, when all we can see is a big cloud, that's the easiest time to lose our faith. But from what I've learned from my grief, is that it's also the time that our faith is at its strongest. If Jesus died and rose 3 days later, then I can't help but be hopeful, because there is possibility in Christ. Possibility of a new beginning, faithful obedience in the ordinary things, new hope, the new life.
Hurry up, this hurts.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
Hurry up, this hurts.
There you have it, folks. That's nice.
Swam in the end. That's what we're talking about. Well, my head swam. And I would have, if I could have. It's cold. Alright. What's up, guys? Let me just check we're recording. Yeah, sweet, okay. So, it's the morning of the last day of the trip. And this has been a wild ride. It's currently 8:01 a.m. So I do gotta be quiet because there's people in the hostel behind me, but yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to say a little concept that I've heard about, which is crazy because it's so true, and it's that even when it rains, you still believe that the sun is shining. Well, you still believe that the sun is there. Like, when it rains, you know that at some point the sun's gonna shine again. So, but I just wanted to say that it's important to not lose hope during these situations. Even when it rains, it's important to believe that it's not going to be raining forever, and that the sun will rise at the start of each new day. You have to realize that none of these bad things will last. They all have a limit on them. Whether that's the rain, whether that's like bad things happening, like all of these things have a limit on them, which means that like at some point in the future we know that they're not going to matter. we know that they're not going to be as important to our current states, and I think it's important to be aware of that in the moment rather than retrospectively. I think that my life has been filled with a lot of mystery and confusion lately, but I think it's important to not feel lost during that feeling. Yeah, I believe that in my own life, and I believe that in all of your guys' life, the storm will pass and good things will come if you wait. It's important to not get bogged down by these bad experiences, and yeah, I think all the bad things will pass, and I also think all the bad things are gonna play a big role in determining the good. I think that we're shaped by our bad experiences. I think that God puts us through all these experiences to change us and to build us up, and some more than others, and that's valid for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, these experiences matter. It's important that we have these bad experiences and these good experiences. It's like the philosophical topic that cold, for example, hot and cold. You only believe cold is really bad because hot exists. It's without these two opposites that it wouldn't be the same. Like, hot wouldn't be that good if cold had never existed, because you would have never felt cold in the first place. It's like good and evil. Like what is there to be happy about when there's no evil? Light and dark, it's all the same. All these opposites. Like, good is only good because of bad, and bad is only good because of good. We only appreciate the sun the majority of the time because it's been raining, or because it's rained in the past, and we know that that's worse. So the bad brings out the good, and the good brings out the bad. And I'm just going to bring that right round into saying that the bad things will have an impact on the good in our lives. I think there's like a squirrel eating a nut on the window. Don't know if you can see that. Although we can't see it sometimes, and we're clouded by mystery and we're clouded by darkness, just like me currently in my life, at some point in the future we will know that all of that bad stuff was worth it for the good that's to come. That's one of the largest factors of being a Christian, is that knowing that at some point down the road, everything you've ever done in your life will have been worth it for the one cause, which is heaven. That's it. Heaven's that last hurdle. Like, even when artists are at the worst point in their life, this is something I can relate to currently. Even when artists are at the worst point in their life, we still create, and in a way it inspires us to create better things, which is why you see with songwriters, you see it with artists, you see it with filmmakers. It's all the same. It's the bad things bring out the good. I'm taking it all back to that. This is the new life. This is what, if there's one thing you should take away, this is the new life, knowing that there is a new life. Bad things bring out the good. There will be a better life, a new life. Artists bring, like, bad things bring out the best in artists as well. Like, being broken up with can make you, like, so full of emotion, and you just dump it all into a film, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever. So that's what I want this to be, I think, moving forward. I want this film to be exactly that. I want it to be the best thing I've ever put out there, and I want it to be inspired by all the bad things that have happened in my life recently. It's easy to sit here and say that, but it would be so cool if one of the only reasons this film even did well was because of all the bad things that have come up in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the new life.
Hey folks, it's Dan here, just sat in the van, wondering, just thinking that
trap on the floor. So fall in line and grab the bar and do like they told you. Take apart your perfect if it's
Hey folks, how are you all? I'm Simon. I'm Dan. Dan, where are we? We are on the way back from the Poland-Ukraine border. Why were we there? We were there to deliver 3 tons of humanitarian aid to folks that came over from Chamonix in Ukraine. We needed food aid and medical supplies to be delivered.
get close to my
And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, bye.